Hi children. Till now you haven't got the classes for science, and that is the reason why. Today onwards we are going to start our new lesson regarding science, and that belongs to 8th standard. And the name of the first lesson is crop production and management. And everybody might be knowing about the meaning of the word crop. Anyhow, the lesson we are going to learn about the definition too. And here, in this lesson, as I told you, almost all the students might have fetched the textbook from the school. See, you will be given 18 lessons in the textbook. 8th standard students want to learn around 18 lessons. And among this 18 lesson, the very first lesson, and that is crop production and management. Crop production and management. And in this lesson, we are going to learn what is agriculture or define agriculture, and everybody by seeing the name we could easily understand that this lesson is about agriculture, and that is the backbone of our country. Everybody knows that. And further, we are going to learn the definition for crop, and followed by two broad cropping patterns in India. In India, we have two broad cropping patterns, and they are called the carrot crops and the Ravi crops. And finally, in this lesson, we are going to learn about different kinds of agricultural practices. And you know very well, India, the second largest populated country in the world. Everybody knows that. And at the same time, we may face a problem, scarcity of food in future. There is a chance. Why? Because we are intruding on the land in order to make our in order to construct the buildings and all. No, we are intruding on the land. Encroachment it is. And even not only the lands, even this encroachment is going on in forests too, in order to make our own habitat. As a result, what will happen? There will be an ecological imbalance will be there. Okay, anyhow, we can start from agriculture. And most of the students may think that agriculture in the sense just growing crops. No. Agriculture in the sense not just growing crops, even poultry farm, fisheries, cattle, and all those things comes under agriculture only. And that is the reason why I am going to give you the most suitable definition for agriculture. Listen very carefully. If anybody asks you what is agriculture or define agriculture, you should not say just growing crops. Okay, that is not the most suitable definition for that. And my intention is to teach you the proper definition for agriculture. Shall I? Okay, see. We may define agriculture, it's an art of science. What is agriculture? It's an art of science, business of production, marketing and distribution of crops and livestock for the benefit of human beings. And this is the most suitable definition for agriculture. I repeat, we may define agriculture, it is an art of science, business of production, marketing and distribution of crops and livestock for the benefit of human beings. Hope you understand. I repeat, this is the most suitable definition for agriculture. Don't worry, soon after each class, each session, I shall give you the notes based on the topic whatever I told you. So I repeat, what is agriculture? We may define agriculture, it is an art of science, business of production, then distribution of crops and livestock for the benefit of human beings. Hope you understand. Okay, anyhow, we just go through the lesson, the first chapter, since we are going to learn about agriculture, and that is the reason why I told now the most suitable definition for agriculture. See, Bahaley and Bojo went to their uncle's house during summer vacation. Their uncle is a farmer. One day they saw some tools like a copy, sickle, shovel, plow, etc. in the field. And you know very well, all these weapons, all these instruments or tools we use for some agricultural purposes. And plow, everybody knows. Nagilu, something you call in Kannada, I don't know proper. I have heard, somebody told me. So such kind of plows and like the same shovels, sickles, and we use for some of the agricultural purposes. Hope you understand. And there is a question, see, which is given in the box. I want to know where and how we use these tools. And plow, you know very well, mostly, you know, most of the students and your farmers, your fathers may be farmers, and they know very well the use of a plow. We have to dig the land, we have to till the land before sowing the crops, no? We need to till it. In the olden days, plow has been used, and the picture is given in page number 3. See, and even we had our ancestors, they had used oxen to till the land along with this plow. And the parts are given here. This is the beam, then plow shaft and the plowshare. And you might have already seen this tool which is related to agricultural purposes. Might have seen now? Okay, see. And nowadays, since the technology has developed a lot, we have machines like tractors, tillers in order to till the land or to plow the land. Okay, see. You have learned that all living organisms require food. Plants can make their food themselves. Can you recall how green plants synthesize their own food? You have already learned about photosynthesis in smaller classes. No need to explain that because you are studying in 8th standard now. We have learned that. Okay, see. Animals including humans cannot make their own food. So where do animals get their food from? Animals. And animals in the sense there are some classification, and some animals they eat the plants and of course fruits and all, and whereas some of them eat the flesh of other animals. But first of all, why do we have to eat food? And that also you learned already. And morning we eat the breakfast, and during the noon time lunch and night dinner. And we eat food for what purpose? We need energy to do work, and that is the reason why we eat food. You already know that energy from the food is utilized by organisms for carrying out their various body functions such as digestion, respiration and excretion, and these parts belongs to biology. Already in 7th standard you might have learned about digestion. Whatever the food we eat now, it digests with the help of some digestive enzymes which is present in our stomach. And respiration, everybody knows, breathing, respiration and excretion. The waste after the digestion, the waste materials will be released out of the body through, and the process is called the excretion. See, we get our food from plants or animals or both. And one more question. See, we get plants not only from animals, from plants too. Okay, see. Since we all need food, how can we provide food to a large number of people in our country? Imagine, as I told you, the second largest populated country in the world. And we need to plant a lot of things, a lot of crops, lest we may face a problem in future, and that is scarcity of food. And we are going to face a big problem soon, and that is scarcity of drinking water. Everybody knows about that. You're going to learn something more in higher classes. Food has to be produced on a large scale. The answer is there. If we want to solve this problem, since the population is increasing day by day, if we want to provide the food to everybody, we need to produce a large amount of food items. The answer is said by G and C. In order to provide food for a large population, regular production, proper management and distribution is necessary. See here one of the small paragraphs. You can see in page number 1. In order to provide food for a large population, regular production, proper management and distribution is necessary. How can we provide a large quantity of people, food to a large quantity of people? The answer is there here. We need to produce regularly or regular production. Proper management and distribution is necessary to produce a large quantity of food. Hope you understand. You must underline the sentence. In order to provide food for a large population, regular production, proper management and distribution is necessary. And the second main heading 1.1, agricultural practices. And you know very well, see, in olden days, the most of the people, they were attempting to make their shelter nearby the river valleys. Where did they stay? Nearby the river sides, because the soil in those areas, it will be fertile. The plants will be growing in the crops will be growing in a fast manner. And you know very well, even in olden days, man was attracted by land and water. What happened? What did I say? Man was attracted by land and water, and that is the reason why they try to settle nearby the river valleys, because the soil in those areas will be fertile, and that was the reason why they settled down nearby the river valleys. Okay, see. Till 10,000 BCE, people were nomadic. They were wandering in groups from place to place in search of food and shelter. They ate raw fruits and vegetables and started hunting animals for food. Later, they could cultivate land and produce rice, wheat and other food crops. Thus was born agriculture. And here the origin of agriculture is mentioned in this paragraph, which is made in a column. Okay, see what happened? As I told you, since man was attracted by water and land, they settled down nearby the river sides. And gradually they started to eat the raw foods, food items which were available there, like vegetables or fruits and all. And later they began to hunt. And later they started to produce or cultivate the crops like wheat, rice, maize and all, and their agriculture begins. When plants of the same kind are cultivated at one place on a large scale, it is called a crop. As I told here, the definition for agriculture I told you before. Now the definition for crop. What is crop? Just underline this first line of this paragraph. When plants of the same kind, if it is rice, only rice. If it is wheat, only wheat. If the plants of the same kind are cultivated at one place on a large scale, it is called a crop. Hope you understand. The plants of the same kind, the same variety, and that too cultivated in a large quantity, and that is called a crop. For example, crop of wheat means that all the plants grown in a field are that of wheat. Only I said you, if it is wheat, in a large area, only wheat they grow. If it is rice, same manner, paddy, see. You already know that crops are different types, like cereals, vegetables and fruits. This can be classified on the basis of the season in which they grow. And you know very well, formerly in India, most of the people, those who are doing agriculture now, most of the peasants or farmers, they depend on rain, especially for the crops like paddy and all. See, these can be classified on the basis of the season in which they grow. India is a vast country, not vast. India is a vast country. The climatic conditions like temperature, humidity and rainfall vary from one region to another. You know very well. According to the states, the rainfall is different. And where the rainfall is more, all you have learned in social science class. The place where the place where the rainfall is more. And you know very well, here in Karnataka, most of the places are barren because rain is less here, and here the farmers, no, except the riverside and most of the remaining fields, they go on with the cotton because it's a dry crop. Cotton is a dry crop. All you know very well about this matter. And see, even most of the farmers, they just try to, they just get the help from borewell to get the water. And in some of the barren areas, no, even if we try the borewell also, there is no chance to get water, and such kind of barren lands are more in this area, I feel. And even I was in Yadgir, I saw that just nearby the river, Yadgir river, and there is I think only a small area we can see paddy. If you come forward or if you go backward, in the sense most of the crops are just like cotton. I am saying about dry crops, and my intention is to make you understand in different states the temperature and the availability of the rainfall, it is totally different. Accordingly, there is a rich variety of crops grown in different parts of the country. Despite this diversity, two broad cropping patterns can be identified. As I told you, due to these problems, unavailability of rain and temperature, humidity, in India, there are two broad cropping patterns. There are two broad cropping patterns, and they are kharif crops and rabi crops. It is very important, and most of the time there will be a chance to ask this question in the examination. See, according to India, we have two broad cropping patterns, and they are kharif crops and rabi crops. Let's see what are they. Kharif crops. The crops which are sown in the rainy season are called kharif crops. We are sowing some of the crops now during the rainy season. Sowing in the sense, you know very well. We saw the what we call seeds, not sowing seeds. Yeah, see. The crops which are sown in the rainy season are called kharif crops. The rainy season in India is generally from June to September. In India, the rainy season, it starts from June and ends at September. And the crops like paddy, maize, soybean, groundnut and cotton are kharif crops. Just underline, these are the kharif crops. And second one, rabi crops. The crops grown in the winter season. Winter season starts from October and ends at March, you know very well. The crops grown in the winter season are called rabi crops. Example of rabi crops are wheat, gram, pea, mustard and linseed. So, whatever I explained today, I rewind once again. See, first I gave the definition, the proper definition, the most suitable definition for agriculture. I told you, what was that? We may define agriculture is an art of science, business of production, marketing and distribution of crops and livestock for the benefit of human beings. And crops in the sense, it is already given in the textbook. When plants are of the same kind are cultivated at one place on a large scale is called a crop. And two broad cropping patterns, kharif crops and rabi crops. Kharif crops in the sense we cultivate these crops during the rainy season, whereas rabi crops we cultivate in the winter season. Hope you understand. And we can wind up here today. I start from the next, I continue this lesson from the next class, from where I stopped today. And apart from that, some of the notes based on the topic, whatever I taught, I shall send along with this video. Thank you.